friends, nice to meet you again. Hope you stay healthy, happy, and successful always. We will talk about world-famous scientists again. Don't take long to see the story. Have a good time watching.
Blaise Pascal, born June 19, 1623, died August 19, 1662, originally from France. His main interests are philosophy and religion, while his other hobbies are mathematics and projective geometry. Together with Pierre de Fermat discovered the theory of probability. At first, Pascal's research interests focused more on the fields of science and applied science, where he had succeeded in creating the first known calculating machine. The machine can only be used for counting. This is the history of his life. Blaise Pascal was born on June 19, 1623 in Clermont-Ferrand, France. Blaise was known since childhood as an intelligent child, even though he did not take formal education in school. At the age of 12, he was able to create a calculating machine for helping his father's work. His father's name is Etienne Pascal. His father was a tax collector who worked in the Auvergne region, France. Since the age of 4, Blaise had lost his mother. His works continued to grow, starting from designing hexagon or hexagram buildings, discovering the working principle of the barometer, the watchwork system, to being involved in the construction of the Paris underground transportation system. At first, Pascal was not interested in matters related to religion. He then experienced a conversion event at the age of 23 years. Since that incident, Pascal then changed his lifestyle by diligently praying and fasting. Not only that, he even joined the Jansenist Port-Royal monastic community. His sister, Jacqueline, was a nun at the monastery. Pascal once expressed his criticism of the Jesuit order through his famous writings, Lettres Provinciales, which he wrote in 1656. According to him, Jesuit teachings have undermined religious values, especially regarding grace. Jesuits were also judged to be too lax in terms of morals, and as a result Christianity became worldly. He died on August 19, 1662 at the age of 39 years without a clear cause of death. This is Pascal's very famous expression. The heart has reasons which reason does not understand. By this statement, Pascal did not mean to show that reason and heart are contradictory. It's just that according to Pascal, reason or human reason will not be able to understand all things. For him, the heart or le cœur man is much more important. The heart that is meant by Pascal does not merely mean emotion. The heart is the center of all activities of the human soul, which is able to grasp something spontaneously and intuitively. The human ratio is only able to make humans understand mathematical truths and natural science. By using the heart, humans will be able to understand what is further than that, namely the knowledge of God. Truth is not only known by the mind but also by the heart. Even according to Pascal, to be able to know God directly, humans must use their heart. Thus, Pascal wanted to emphasize that human reason has limits while faith is not limited or very broad. Le pari or the gamble is another well-known argument of Pascal. This idea relates to the question of whether or not there is a God in the history of philosophy. There are skeptics who often ridicule Christians who believe that God exists when they themselves cannot. Proves rationally that God does not exist. He then makes a bet about the existence or non-existence of God. In this case, Pascal takes the position of a person who believes in the existence of God. The reason is, if it turns out that God does exist, those who believe in God will win and live happily with God who is believed in heaven. Meanwhile, if it turns out that God does not exist and believers lose, then they will not suffer any loss. The good life they have lived while in this world is already a virtue that makes their life and others happy. On the other hand, for unbelievers, especially those who live according to their own will, if it turns out that God does not exist, during their life they harm others with their carelessness. Meanwhile, if Allah exists, they will be punished in hell because apart from not believing in Allah, their life is far from pleasing Allah. In conclusion, according to Pascal, it is better to believe in God than not to believe in Him. This is Pascal's work. The Lettres Provinciales. He wrote this work without naming his name. These letters contain Pascal's defense of Antoine Arnauld, a leader of the Jansenism movement who was tried at the Sorbonne because his views were considered dangerous. The Pensées contains a collection of Pascal's thoughts which he often wrote on a piece of paper. Through Pensées, Pascal wanted to propose an apologia or defense of Christianity to people who do not believe in the existence of God, especially rationalists. Modern.
So that's a little story. Hopefully it inspires us and adds to our insight, continues to make us smarter. Thank you so much for watching. See you again in the next story. Bye bye.